Hi, folks. Welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. I decided to go ahead and make a video tonight and go ahead and get it posted because tomorrow is our big monthly meeting, and it's always such a big day that I struggle to get any content up so that you guys can have something to watch. We usually get there at 9 in the morning. A lot of times don't leave till 9 or later in the evening. And the internet service there, cell service, is really sketchy. I am going to try to record parts of it. There'll probably be parts I have to edit out because it's more just for us. But the things that we talk about that some of you would be interested in, I'll try to record that. I doubt I'll post it on YouTube, but maybe somewhere else like Patreon and Rumble or something like that. But I'll do my best. The last couple of times there's been some technical difficulties, so it didn't come out that great, but I'm still trying to work on that. What I wanted to talk about tonight is just more of the stuff. I mean, we talk about and we hear about doing the things. Well, let's talk about the stuff. The stuff that just keeps happening because it's happening a lot. I heard another YouTuber say this, or at least he said it this way, and I like it. He said, I get people telling me, you keep telling me that it's all crashing, it's all going to collapse. And we're still here. It's not collapsed yet. The stock market hasn't gone down to zero. The dollar hasn't gone down to zero. It's not happened yet. But yet you keep saying it's going to. And he said, it's a slow progress. It's slow progress, and it's a slow process. He said it's like falling off a tree. You're hitting every limb as you go down, and that's what we're doing. So I thought that was very appropriate. Let's show you what's going on with the news. Again, my face is in the way, so let's do this. That way you don't have to see me. You can just hear me now, but you don't have to look at my mug. Ken Griffin, no relation to Peter Griffin, warns U.S. faces immediate Great Depression if China seizes Taiwan's semiconductor industry. An immediate, do you see that? Immediate Great Depression right there. Probably the strongest words from any big financial kind of guru that I've seen yet. This guy, for those of you that don't know, because I didn't know, he is the CEO of Citadel hedge fund group or investment, whatever firm. He is one of the wealthiest men in America. He's like number 53 on Forbes 400 wealthiest Americans. He's worth, $27 billion. So he's definitely probably in a position to know things that you and I just don't. But he worries that America's dependence on the Taiwan semiconductor industry and that U.S. restrictions on selling advanced computer chips in China could make invading Taiwan more tempting to Beijing. And he's right. We're trying to make it difficult for China to acquire semiconductors for technology. I'm not sure that it's really having much effect, but it's having, I'm sure, some. And the more squeeze we put on China, the bigger the chance they are to go ahead and invade Taiwan. And I think most of us probably would say it's probably going to happen. I mean, it's not the if, it's the when at this point. But he talks about here that according to his numbers, if we lose, why is it the whole thing? If we lose access to Taiwanese conductors, the U.S. The hit in the U.S. GDP is 5 to 10%. So we're talking a 5 to 10% drop in GDP. That's huge, okay? A 1% is big. And here's the thing: the GDP is barely in the positive here lately with all the health crisis and stuff. So a 5 to 10% drop would definitely probably put us in the negative. And it was an immediate Great Depression. So here's one more thing. I talked the other day about a potential black swan event to take down the economy. Well, here's another one, folks. And just how close is China and Taiwan to firing off? Well, according to some, it's already started. Here's an article out of the Atlantic. China's war against Taiwan has already started. Of course, it's more of a non-kinetic conventional war, but there's definitely a war already going on. Over the last week, China has been consistently flying planes into Taiwan's airspace. Here we go. China sends record-setting 18 bombers into Taiwan's air defense zone as tensions simmer. It was a total of 29 planes that they sent, and 18 of those 29 were the big bombers. Okay, they're testing things. They're practicing. They're getting ready for that. Okay, and I've said before that and this is just from the information that I have collected, that if China were to invade Taiwan, the most optimal time would be through the winter up until April, because that's when the seas are the calmest there in the strait. Doesn't mean that they wouldn't invade in other times. I'm just saying that that's when the seas are the calmest, so it would be the easiest for their navy to move across. So it's potentially possible, not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible between now and April. Here's another article. Chip war, which centers on Taiwan, is the U.S.-China conflict to watch. And this is, again, it's serious. I know we've had our focus on Russia and Ukraine a lot here lately, but let's not forget this. We are constantly trying to, at least according to the White House, trying to put more restrictions on China and just poking them a little bit more. Now, do I think that this is absolutely going to happen? I don't know. I think it's very likely. I think it's very likely that China does move in to take Taiwan. They claim it's theirs. According to international agreed upon, even what we agreed upon, I'm not saying that I like it, but it is what it is, law, Taiwan is part of China. And if Taiwan is being rebellious and Taiwan is doing things against the CCP, which claims that they have control over them, then it's not technically an invasion, is it? It's a police matter, much like Russia going in and taking control of the areas that they claim that are theirs in Ukraine. And so we could very easily see that. Now, it could or it could not, kind of like with Russia and Ukraine, turn into a conflict with us. I think we would be foolish to do that. But then on the other hand, like these articles are saying, if we don't do anything and we lose the semiconductors, which it's something like 80 to 90% of them are made in Taiwan, that's going to destroy our economy. Our economy is largely based on that. That is a huge part of our economy and our business. And so it's going to be devastating for the United States. So here is one more thing to be aware of how close we are to a serious, a Great Depression, a massive, economic collapse because of just this one thing, because we have kind of thinned ourselves out. We put all of our eggs in one basket, and we're dependent upon the fact, at least you and I, we don't know what the elites in charge of everything are actually thinking, but we're dependent and hopeful that this is not going to happen. We don't want this to happen because we don't want everything to collapse. But on the other hand, it may be the best thing for us. I don't know. I can't say, but I can tell you this. This is something very serious. What can you do about it? Nothing. You can do nothing about it. And neither can I. We can do nothing about it other than take care of ourselves. Get our own preps in order. I'm going to be working on a video probably this next week before the start of the new year. Just a refresher, things that you need to be doing. It'll be a little bit for the newbies and some for the, you old timers that's been doing it forever, of getting yourselves prepared as much as possible in the year 2023, because it is serious. It's very serious. There are multiple things going on right now that any one of them, just one, there's probably at least 5 or 6 right now going on in the world, that any one of them could be the thing that tips us completely over the edge of the cliff. And they're all kind of riding right on the edge of it. And so the odds of one of those things happening over the next 6 to 12 months have a pretty good odds of it happening. And that's why we have to continue to get prepared. We have to keep getting our houses in order in every way possible, mentally, physically, and spiritually. This is a must. It's something you need to be doing, because this kind of stuff, China, Taiwan, Russia, Ukraine, economy, $80 trillion in hidden loans, and on, all this stuff. Someone's going to have to deal with it at some point. So at some point, that bubble is going to pop. And if you're not in a place that you can take care of your own, that you're self-sufficient, that you have a community of people like-minded around you, you're going to go down with that ship, just like I've said all along. Folks, it's time to get your houses in order. Prepare mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.